Alright guys, I am going to work on some sketches for this little pocket dungeon. So this is going to be kind of just thinking while drawing. What I want to do, so the goal, here let's just write that. The goal is to create a, it's like a tiny dungeon kit. It's like the only way I can think of it. It's not really meant for kids. It's just something fun for people to put together, like a little miniature kit that you can put together yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think while drawing. So you saw how I was working on the little barbarian character, so I sculpted him. So this will be a little lesson too on perspective. So what I'm going to create here is how this little kit is going to come together. With these little miniatures that you get, and then you can kind of paint them the way you want and put them together. So I'm laying down some perspective lines, and I'm kind of thinking while drawing. So you guys saw my HeroQuest build from my gaming channel. I thought, it'd be fun is to kind of build or to make something that you can put together yourself that's tiny. So here I'm going to have some tiles. So I'm going to start the idea not being ambitious and creating this giant build like a big board or something like that. It's just too much. I'm just going to see how I can make this thing to put it together. So the idea is you'll get, I'm just thinking out loud, you would get a corner piece. So I'm using the perspective lines I drew as a guide, but I'm not totally, dialing this thing in. This is literally just sketching an idea. And then you're going to get a door. So you guys might have seen in the community tab, I'm posting all of these little things. So you're going to get a door and a wall and a corner. And then you're going to get some tiles for the floor. And then the goal is to 3D print this. So I'm designing, 3D printing, and creating this little kit. It's not really to sell. I don't plan on that because it's a lot of work to, make a product and try to sell it. I'm literally just designing something to keep ideas flowing. Okay, so I'm blocking this in, and I'm only going to go 20 minutes. It's going to have a corner piece. A brick texture. Okay. I think I want to offset some of this too. It'll make it look more interesting. Just represents some texture. Okay. And I didn't draw this at a great angle for explaining. That's one thing you learn with when you're designing little things is not, there's typically not like a magic angle that you can see everything. So you can sometimes do what are like little inset shots or some slightly different angles. So say it's called a call out, where you draw a little call out. Maybe we can see it from, a higher view. Okay, something like this. Maybe you get a floor, like a floor plate to make a little room or something like that. I'm going to go back. I'm going to undo this. Let's try again. All I want to communicate is that you get a floor plate with it. There you go. That's better. Now, I don't need these drawings to solve every problem. I just need it to guide me when I'm doing the 3D sculpting, because it's hard to think of everything at once. So I'll know, I need to make this floor, 2 by 4 squared floor. Okay. And then you're going to get a two-wall, a one-wall, corner, and a door. Okay, and I haven't figured out the floor yet. These are going to be, these might be strips, like a, four block tiles. Okay. Okay, so then you get 4 block tiles too, okay? So this is all I'm doing with this drawing, is just figuring out what pieces I need to create for this little kit. Okay. Okay. So I'm liking this. Now there's something I wanted to figure out too, is how these all go together. So my thinking is, because the idea is that you'll get it and you'll glue it together. It's just a model kit. That's basically what it is. It's a model kit. It's not a toy. I mean, it'd be cool if you could make it a toy, but it's really a collectibles little model kit that you glue together and then you paint it and boom. So you could make it where, you know, the walls have a peg. So all you're getting with this video is just watching me think about things. You know, do they key into each other? Because I want to make it too, if you got several of these things, you could kind of make what you wanted, or you could build on them. You could get this set, and then if you got another set, like you have, you know, the barbarian with you know, 2 monsters and a piece of furniture, then the next set would be, you know, a dwarf with you know, another monster and another piece of furniture, and then he comes with more pieces, so that you can kind of keep building onto the dungeon that you've already put together and painted. So something like that. I think that'd be fun. So anyway, this is the rough idea of the kind of the pieces that you'd get with the little kit, and then what I would do from here, and I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'll just show you real quick. You drop the opacity down, and then you can clean up the concept. I'll just show you with this door what I would do. And then each of these pieces will be 3D modeled, like I've already done the door. Okay. Ooh, I know something else. I'll just show you these 2 pieces. You know what you could have is like a like you could glue on a little torch. Yeah, there you go. Okay, something like this. Okay, then I'd put a gray in there. Okay, and then what you're doing is you're locking this off. Now you have a shape in there, and then I can color away. So I'm just going to use gray to just show you what I do here. You could make this color if you wanted to, but again, these sketches are just quick ideas. Okay, and then I'm using a lighter color to just, or white, just sell the idea. Little highlights here and there. Okay. And that would show you the pieces a little clearer. So that's the idea, is to design this little 3D printed model kit of a little tiny dungeon, a little pocket dungeon. So thanks for following along with this little series while I practice designing things and coming up with ideas. And until next time, keep drawing and keep designing.